Okay, we're back. Judgment Day has just arrived, and we're going to talk about this. Judgment Day rolls around. A feud has started again between the Dudleys and Spike. And he needs some help, and he goes to Hardcore, and Hardcore's like, "Yep, sure, I'll jump in." Yeah. So this match rolls around. Bubba Ray and Devon are doing all right. Spike tags in Hardcore. Hardcore comes in, and then Bubba gets the pin, but after a low blow on Hardcore by Spike. So Spike low blows him, and then after the match, Spike holds up his brother's hands. The Dudley clan is all together. And that to me is a great idea, and doing it on pay-per-view in the opening match just sets the tone for this show. And that wouldn't be a quick match, that would be pretty out there. And of course, this will be explained later. Anyway. So Cruiserweight Title, Chavo Guerrero with Chavo Classic versus Shannon Moore. Chavo goes over. So we're building Chavo here, and I think he's a talent, and putting him together with his dad wasn't a great idea, but we can do that. And the Bashams were still around at this time, so they're teamed up with Dawn Marie, who was I believe was still around at the time, and they take on Rob Van Dam and his new tag team partner, Rey Mysterio. So RVD wins after 619, followed by 5-star frog splash. Yeah, they go over. Mordecai versus Scotty to Hotty. Mordecai quick match, bring him in, he goes over, and quick and clean, bam. US title, John Cena versus Rene Dupree. Rene Dupree has gotten his way into a rematch. He doesn't go over, Cena goes over, la-di-da. Charlie Haas and Mark Jindrak versus Billy Gunn and Rico. Charlie Haas beats Rico. After the match, Miss Jackie walks away with Jindrak and Haas. So, essentially, Jackie switches sides after this match. It's similar to what's happened with Jeff Jarrett and Miss Kitty. We need to shift focus. These guys need a pretty young thing with them, so go ahead. Undertaker versus JBL with Orlando Jordon. Taker goes over. Because this would have been the first time we've seen him since Wrestlemania. So he comes in and he gets a win, because we need that. I know we're building up JBL, but he's not going to be in the main event scene. Not in my world, anyway. WWE Title, Eddie Guerrero versus Booker T. Eddie Guerrero pins Booker after it, but this is a hard-fought match. This is really a great fight. I would imagine that this would be a great match. I mean, I think it would be more drawing power than what JBL had, and I mean, Booker during this time will have consistently been winning matches and cutting promos on Eddie, talking about the time in WCW where, hey, after you left, I became a world champion. I held the WCW TV title. I held the US title. I've held just about every title that there is to hold in this business, sort of thing. He'd be cutting on and be talking about how his tag team days and how him and his brother were the most dominant tag team in WCW history. They won those belts 10 times. So yeah, we have him do that because it makes sense for him to be an egotist in this. And he talks about how he's been buried since day one, since walking into WWE. Yeah, he's gotten some titles here and there, but he's never been able to get the big one. And he wants the big one because he deserves it, sort of thing. That's what you do. That's how you get people over. So essentially Eddie goes over, but after the match, we have Booker get up and just beat the living crap out of him. Hit him with the bell. Eddie's bleeding at the end of the match. Booker holds up the belt over him and then goes, rematch. Walks away. Then we come around to the Smackdown that coincides with the next pay-per-view, which will be the WWE one, Bad Blood, I believe, was the next one. So, Chavo opens it up with Scotty Too Hotty, who's still reeling after his loss. And he's not happy, but he doesn't go. He doesn't win. Chavo goes over, and then we have our 3-on-2 handicap match. Oh no, 3-on-3 6-man tag. The Dudleys, all of them. Well, not all. Bubba, Ray, Devon, and Spike versus Billy Gunn, Rico, and Hardcore Holly. Spike pins Rico after the match. Hardcore puts him through a table. Through a table, yeah. So, yeah, we could do that, and yeah, we can have that. Then we go in the tag team title match. Charlie Haas and Mark Jindrak with Miss Jackie versus Billy Kidman and Paul London. London wins by DQ after Jindrak is caught using the belt on London. Yeah, so there comes in the rookie mistake. So yeah, US title triple threat: John Cena versus Orlando John versus Rene Dupree. Cena pins Jordon, and we do that. Then we go into a lumberjack match. Booker T versus Eddie Guerrero. Eddie wins, but by DQ, so it's not a clean win. And yeah, so after this, sort of have Booker sort of work his way back into the title picture, because he's going to be getting that belt back at he's going to get that belt at Great American Bash. Plus, well, I don't really particularly like lumberjack matches. I don't think they're consistent. Yeah, so Great American Bash rolls around. Let's open the show up with a 4-way. Chavo Guerrero versus Shannon Moore versus Scotty Too Hotty versus Spike Dudley. 1 pinfall to a finish here, opening match. Chavo's outside brawling with Shannon Moore. In the ring, it's Scotty Too Hotty and Spike Dudley. Scotty gets caught in a situation where Spike's able to get his Dudley dog, and he goes down. Chavo doesn't see this. 1, 2, 3. New heel champion, Spike Dudley. Oh no, sorry. This is an elimination match. Chavo pins Moore, and then Spike pins Chavo. Didn't know. I didn't read it fully. Duh. Kenzo Suzuki makes his debut against Funaki. Kenzo wins. Luther Reigns finally comes out. He gets his win, and it's over Rico. Essentially, both those guys are job guys, but we're going to be doing something with Funaki later on, so yeah. WWE Tag Team Title ladder match. Charlie Haas and Mark Jindrak with Miss Jackie versus Paul London and Billy Kidman. London pulls down the belt. London and London and Kidman are the champions. Mordecai versus Billy Gunn. Mordecai would go over here because I'm still trying to build him up, but essentially he's gone after this anyway. So probably essentially what happened with Hardcore happens here with Billy instead. But yeah. US title, John Cena versus JBL. JBL wins after a ref bump and interference by Orlando Jordan. So we needed that match to happen so we can... so now JBL is the US champion. He's not the world champion. We're not going to be subject to that long of a title reign with JBL. Because I believe this. When WrestleMania 21 rolled around, it wasn't because Cena won that the crowd was going wild. It was because JBL's run was over. That's why they were cheering. Tables match, Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio versus the Dudley boys. Bubba puts Rey through a table. That's how it wins. It's simple as that. You don't need to go crazy over that. And yeah, now we go in our street fight for the WWE title. Eddie Guerrero versus Booker T. Booker T wins. And yes, now Booker T is the champion. Because I still think that Eddie was probably going to be worried about ratings and him being champion at that time. But now we can come out of this much better situation. Booker T's the champion. We're heading into SummerSlam now with a different person leading up the charge, and we can go into that feeling a lot better. So we're going to leave it there. We've done 2, so we will be back, and I believe we'll have the Smackdown there, the Smackdown followed by SummerSlam. See you around.